Yes, yes.
We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south-of-the-border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. But he died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
Major daytime thoroughbred racing continues at Los Alamitos. It's the Winter Thoroughbred Meet, with live racing continuing through Sunday afternoon. And it's a weekend of stakes events for juveniles, headed by the Los Alamitos Futurity on Saturday. The outstanding multiple Grade 1 winner Journalism won this race last year. And horse players. Our on-track live money handicapping contest will also be held on Saturday. Plus the King Glorious on Sunday's closing day program. And the card will feature mandatory payouts on all wagers. Great racing action continues. It's the Los Alamitos Winter Thoroughbred Meet.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
All righty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program for this Saturday, this Cowboy Go-Round Saturday in the National Finals Rodeo, and, of course, the Las Vegas style of covering horse racing as well. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital and Cowboy capital right here in Las Vegas at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in your gaming capital. And, of course, on the South Point Streaming Network at YouTube. We welcome you to the show and all of you listening to us locally here on our anchor radio station as well, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. We welcome you to the show as we get into the final days of the National Finals Rodeo here live in Las Vegas, and it has been a party. got to tell you, it's been really a lot of fun having the Cowboys here. They're not over yet, though. They got another go-around tonight and the closing one tomorrow night. But in the meantime, we look forward to some great horse racing around the country. As you know, Oaklawn Park opened the other day, and they're going to have a really good feature race there at Oaklawn today. And we'll be covering that with Jonathan Hardoon as well. And, of course, a lot of great racing going on around the country today. Louisiana Downs, I'm sorry, not Louisiana Downs, but Fairgrounds in Louisiana will have the Louisiana Champions Day, and it'll have several stakes races, 7 stakes races on the card today. The Louisiana Champions Day of racing down there at the Fairgrounds. 7 of their racing card today will be those championship races. And Gulfstream Park is going to host the Tropical Park Derby and the Tropical Park Oaks. No longer Tropical Park, but the Tropical Park Derby and Oaks will be run at the Gulfstream Park. By the way, they're in their championship meeting there at Gulfstream. Those are the couple of stakes races there. And Turfway Park later on this evening was scheduled to have the Synthetic Champions Stakes. 4 stakes races totaling $1 million in purses for synthetic champions. But ain't going to happen today because they canceled racing at Turfway Park today. It is snowing there in Kentucky, northern Kentucky, Florence, Kentucky. And, of course, right outside the suburbs of Cincinnati, Ohio, sitting right there on the river there is close to where Turfway Park is at. So it has been canceled today. Snow cancels the races today at Turfway Park. And, of course, they'll be rescheduling that Synthetic Champions, no doubt about that. In the meantime, as we say, the big feature race at Oaklawn Park today featuring a Breeders' Cup participant. We'll have a stakes race at Aqueduct and Woodbine as well today. Woodbine has a mandatory payoff today as well in their big, super high 5 jackpot today because tomorrow's going to be closing day at Woodbine. So they have a big carryover there at Woodbine today. And, of course, at Los Alamitos, they'll renew the Los Alamitos Futurity, a race in which Bob Baffert has won multiple times. And, of course, he's got half the field in this year's edition of the Los Alamitos Futurity. 3 out of the 6 in the race are Bob Baffert. So we'll take a look at all those races, etc. But for the moment, we're going to take a look at some of the stuff that happened yesterday. If I can get this sheet off of here. Here we go. Aqueduct yesterday. It was a milestone day for trainer Linda Rice. Linda Rice won her 165th race, setting a single-season win record set at the New York Racing Association. The NYRA single-season win record was established by Linda Rice in the 4th race yesterday on a horse called Snide. Now, Linda Rice has won 164 races before that one. Check out the price. The winner paid $58.18 for Linda Rice. When's the last time you saw Linda Rice have a horse even at those high odds? Snide upsets the maiden race in the 4th yesterday at Aqueduct, and Kendrick Carmouche, he was the rider there that initiated the win there for Snide, $58.18. But congratulations to Linda Rice, 165. NYRA single-season win record sets the new win record there in the 4th race yesterday. Chris Elliott won a couple of races. He won the first for John Terranova at $11.68. Came back in the 3rd race for Kenny McPeak, paying $5.58. Manny Franco had a couple of winners as well. He won the 5th race for Fernando Abreu, paying $8.60, and then won the last race on the card for Jeremiah Engelhardt, paying $3.30. Now, you would think with some of those prices, you might have small payoffs, but with that $58.18 winner for Linda Rice's record in the 4th race, it made the pick 6 happen. The pick 6 paid $27,338.72. And by the way, the late pick 5 that started out with Linda's horse at $58.18 and complemented by a couple of nice middle-price winners of $17.26. That $17 winner was a pop-out key on Jerry J's Power page. and a $14.96 winner in the 7th race. All that together, late pick 5 paid $10,503.58 yesterday at the Big A. Good stuff there at the Big A. Some nice payoffs there. Oaklawn Park, opening day at Oaklawn, 10 races, including the stakes race, the Advent Stakes. By the way, the Advent Stakes, we were talking about Jonathan Hardoon having a sheet at Oaklawn, and he's telling you to be careful, be kind of, careful with the selections on the first couple of days, first week or so at Oaklawn Park. Yeah? Well, one of his key horses won the Advent Stakes yesterday on his sheet. Dirty Rich was a key horse on his pick sheet yesterday. Ramon Vasquez's third win of the day was in that Advent. It was Peter Miller's second win of the day, and it was the second win together with Vasquez and Miller, paying $14.80 in the Advent Stakes, the opening stakes race yesterday at Oaklawn Park, outrunning Boca Beach Club and Spun DMC, who finished third in the race, and that was the stakes race yesterday. Emmanuel Escobar had a couple of winners. He won the first race for Kenny McPeak to open the card, $14.60 there, and that would be a win for Kenny McPeak and Escobar. And then McPeak and Escobar came back together in the 9th race for their second win apiece at $12.60. And, of course, other multiple winners yesterday. Ramon Vasquez, of course, as we said, had 3 wins on the card that capped off with the feature race. He won the 4th race for his first win for Steve Asmussen at $7.60, and then came back in the 6th race for Peter Miller. Peter Miller's first win of 2 on the day with Ramon, paying $17.40. And Abel Castillo had a couple of wins together with trainer Linda Schultz. They paired to win the 7th race, a maiden race for 2-year-old fillies, paying $37.40, and came back in the 10th race for a maiden race for 2-year-old fillies. And together they returned $8 even for their second win together. So Linda Schultz striking early with some 2-year-olds there at Oaklawn Park. The pick 5, the late pick 5, oh boy, 1740, 3740, 1480, 1260, and $8 even. How about the opening day late pick 5 at Oaklawn Park, paying $26,143.60. Nobody had pick 6. Nobody had 5 out of 6. The 4s paid $68.10 on that opening day at Oaklawn Park. Carries over to today. An exciting opening day there at Oaklawn yesterday. Gulfstream Park, it's the championship meeting. It's also the chalk meeting. I mean, the chalk players meeting. Wipe that chalk off your face, my goodness. First race winner, $3 even. Red Ortiz Jr. and Todd Pletcher. Second race winner, $5 even. Third race winner, $2.40. Fourth race winner, $2.20. Giving Junior Alvarado and Riley Mott a win. And in the 5th race, Irad got his second win of the day for Jose D'Angelo, paying $3 even. Those were the payoffs in the early pick 5. That early pick 5 at Gulfstream yesterday paid a whopping $7.85. Want to know what the pick 4 paid? $4.05. Woo, man alive. You talk about chalkies. Well, finally, in the 6th race, the 4-5 favorite ran off the board, but the second favorite won, paying $8 even. The 7th race, John Lendo's pick in the race, finished second to a horse that finally paid something, $21 even. And then the 8th and final race, Junior Alvarado got his second win of the day for Dale Romans, paying $3.20. So, from 17 races this week so far at Gulfstream Park, from 17 races so far, 12 of them have been winning favorites, and a lot of them, odds-on winning favorites at Gulfstream. Well, now that we put the kibosh on that, there'll probably be a lot of long shots today at Gulfstream. The pick 6, in case you're interested, $90.32. All right, Los Alamitos. They started out with favorites of Los Al, too. In the first race, the winner paid $3.20. Abel Lascano for Doug O'Neill's first win of the day. In the second race, John Lindo gave us a horse at 7-2 on the morning line. That horse won. Angie's Tipsy was bet down to even money, though. Paid $4.20 for Steve Sherman. Third race, Toaster. First-time starter for Bob Baffert wins under Juan Hernandez, paying $4 even. Another first-time starting winning 2-year-old for Bob Baffert this year. Doug O'Neill got his second win of the day in the fourth race with Edwin Maldonado paying $11.60. And then in the sixth race, what a mess the sixth race was. You had 2 horses already scratched out of the 11-horse field. Then you had a horse that acted up at the gate. My Kimmy. Okay, My Kimmy acted up at the gate in this race. And Danzing Zella got cast in the race and had to be scratched. All right? The winner there was Expressive Love at $8.40. If you think that was a mess, the seventh race was even a bigger mess for 2-year-old maiden claimers. In the seventh race, we had a couple of scratches, 3 scratches already going to the starting gate in that 11-horse field. And then Dakota Shadow, Bob Mazursky's horse, acted up at the gate. Hector Barrios said he didn't want to ride it. Tyler Bays had to be the replacement rider on this horse. They delayed the start while Tyler's tack got on the horse, came back to the starting gate, and then trying to load these fillies in the gate took a while because they were all acting up after that. And finally, when they got this race off and running, one of the longest shots on the board wins the race, Emma G. for Cesar Belmont. And Ed Freeman paying $49.40. What a mess that seventh race was. Okay, here's the deal. Pick 6 wasn't hit. Nobody had 6, nobody had 5. Believe it or not, no, with that $40-something winner, $49 winner, that upset the apple cart. And so, 4 out of 6 yesterday at Los Al paid $132.40, and there'll be a carryover today at Los Alamitos. Okay? There's some of the stuff that happened yesterday around the country. Now, we again want to congratulate Linda Rice for her 165th win and a record at NYRA. And some other news, quick news before we get to our first break. Sunland Park, the Sunland Park Derby, is starting to become a key race, I guess, in the Kentucky Derby points. That purse money is going to be raised to $500,000 this year. It'll be run on the 15th of February for $500,000. Full Serrano, a Breeders' Cup winner, was pointing towards the Pinkai handicap on opening day at Santa Anita, but they have bypassed that now, and they're looking for bigger stuff, like Full Serrano is now pointing towards the Pegasus World Cup at Gulfstream. And even another horse that's having higher expectations, Magnitude. You remember Magnitude, who finally got it together and won his last stakes race? He's getting ready to go to the Saudi Cup. Magnitude going to the Saudi Cup. And as I say, opening day at Santa Anita, although Full Serrano will not be in the Pinkai handicap, there are going to be 6 stakes races on opening day at Santa Anita. It's going to be a biggie on that opening day. And coming up next weekend as we head towards the holiday, next weekend is a big day at Gulfstream Park. They're going to have several big stakes races there, and at Remington Park as well. So we got a lot of stuff yet to go here, that's for sure. And as I say, today, the big stakes race at Oaklawn Park will feature Skelly, who has a terrific record at Oaklawn Park, and Banishing, who finished 12th in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, but he's back in line there as well. Going to take on Skelly in the stakes race today at Oaklawn. So we got a lot to cover on the show. Want to remind you that our handicappers are with us today. Jonathan Hardoon, Rich Ang is going to have, I do believe he's going to have a pick today in the Army-Navy game. Yeah, we got the Army-Navy game today. He'll also have a horse winner for us. Of course, Bob Mazursky will be with us, covering Los Alamitos for us from Los Al, as we make it into the final days of their short meet. John Lindo and Jerry J as well. So, without any further ado, we'll get to our first break, and then we come back, give you your racing menu and the weather, and we're off to the races with our handicappers. Don't go away.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Major daytime thoroughbred racing continues at Los Alamitos. It's the Winter Thoroughbred Meet, with live racing continuing through Sunday afternoon. And it's a weekend of stakes events for juveniles, headed by the Los Alamitos Futurity on Saturday. The outstanding multiple Grade 1 winner Journalism won this race last year. And horse plays. Our on-track live money handicapping contest will also be held on Saturday. Plus the King Glorious on Sunday's closing day program. And the card will feature mandatory payouts on all wagers. Great racing action continues. It's the Los Alamitos Winter Thoroughbred Meet.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Cold this morning. We're in our 40s. We're going to get up to, I believe we're going to hit 70. We're going to get to between 70 and 72 degrees, something like that. Right around probably 71 degrees. But that's what we're going to top out with today. And as you take a look at the weather across the country, higher temperatures at this time of the year in the south, all the southern part of the United States, including Florida, where Miami's at, and Gulfstream Park, et cetera, Tampa, et cetera. And but in the northern part, right smack dab from the middle of the country on up, it is cold and there are storms. Here's the deal. Temperatures today. Miami 79, Tampa 79, New York City 42 degrees, Detroit 29, Chicago 12 degrees. And then, of course, you got Southern California, where Los Alamitos is at, going to be 73 degrees there today. As I say, we're going to top out at 71. Phoenix, Arizona, be 79, but you know the hottest spot in the country. Certainly, it's Brownsville, Texas. 86 degrees today there. Can you believe that? Oh, man. By contrast, you've got Minneapolis at 1 degree, and you've got International Falls right at the border of USA and Canada, going to be -4 today. As far as the precipitation, et cetera, there is a storm going through. It's going through Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, going through northern Kentucky, and it's making its way to the East Coast. And as I say, it's already snow there at Turfway Park. So they've canceled today at Turfway. That system is going to make its way up into the Northeast. So we'll wait and see about the racing tomorrow. But for today, the only cancellation we have so far on the card is Turfway Park. So here's the racing menu for today with those weather conditions out there. First post times are Pacific. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it wherever you may be listening to us on all the other platforms that we have here for race day delivery. Yes, we have plenty of platforms for you to get to. And so adjust to the Pacific time zone if you're not in it so you don't miss anything, okay? We are in the Pacific time zone here at the South Point, so come on out and play the races here at South Point today, okay? Here's the menu for today. We begin with Laurel Park. Laurel Park has 9 races today. They've got a Pick 6 jackpot carryover of $7,115, and their first post time again at Laurel is set at 9 a.m. for their 9-race card. Then we go to Aqueduct, the Big A in New York. Going to be cold there at Aqueduct. You know that. 9 races today. Their feature race is the Gopher Wand. Now, that's the 7th race on the card, and it has a field of 6 before any scratches at New York. Favorite in the race at even money is Weigh the Risks with Manny Franco aboard. 9 races today at the Big A, 9 races at Aqueduct, and a first post time of 9:10. 9:10 today at Aqueduct. Gulfstream Park, or better known as Chalk City, Gulfstream Park's first post time for 11 races, 9:20. And they will feature the Tropical Park Oaks at a mile and 16th scheduled for the turf for 3-year-olds. Fillies, obviously. 14 are entered before any scratches in that one. We'll get the scratches in a little bit. And in that race, it's a wide-open affair. The morning line favorite's 3-1, and that is Destino d'Oro with Mr. Zayas aboard. That's the 8th. And then you go to the 11th and final race. That's the Tropical Park Derby at a mile and 1/16 for 3-year-olds on the turf. 13 are entered before scratches, and the 5-2 favorite in that one is Chapman's Peak with Tyler Gaffleone. All right, that's Gulfstream. Their Pick 6 Rainbow Jackpot carryover now stands at $135,675 and a first post time of 9:20 at Gulfstream. Tampa Bay. They got a Pick 6 Jackpot carryover, $13,496. They've got 9 races. Their first post time is at 9:30. Woodbine, north of the border. Now, Woodbine's closing day is tomorrow, but they do have a mandatory payout and the jackpot high five today. That carryover is $269,656.92. Okay? That's the carryover at Woodbine today. And that is a mandatory payout, they say today. It's on their website. It's today. It doesn't show it on Equibase, but from the Woodbine, it says that carryover is a mandatory payoff today. They've got 10 races. The feature race is the La Prévision at a mile and 16th for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. A 9th race on the card. Favorite in the race at 5-2 is Hurricane Claire with S1 Flores aboard. 10 races today at Woodbine and a first post time of 10:05. They also have, by the way, a Pick 6 Jackpot carryover of $47,926. All right, Oaklawn Park, day 2 of their holiday meet. 10 races. The feature race is the Ring the Bell Stakes. 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds is the 8th race on the card. 3-year-olds and up, I should say, is the 8th race on the card. 8 go to the post before scratches. Roll on Big Joe is 2-1 on the morning line with Julien Le Peru. And the Skelly is at 5-2 with Ricardo Santana. And Banishing is 3-1 with Luis Saez aboard. The Ring the Bell, 8th race on the card. Oaklawn, 10 races today at Oaklawn Park. First post time is at 10:30 at Oaklawn Park today. All right. Their Class 6 Pick 6 carryover, $6,951. All right, then we go to the Fairgrounds. Fairgrounds has 12 races today, and 7 of them are the Louisiana Champions Day races for Louisiana breds. The ladies' turf will be the 2nd. The ladies' sprint will be the 3rd. The Classic will be the 4th on the card, where the big 2-5 favorite in that 6-horse field is Touch Upon a Star. That's the big 2-5 favorite in the Classic, 4th race. The Lassie will be the 6th race. The Juvenile will be the 8th race. The Turf will be the 9th, and the Sprint will be the 10th. 12 races overall at Fairgrounds on Louisiana Champions Day, and a first post time at 10:45 at the Fairgrounds today. And their first post time again is at 10:45. All right, Los Alamitos. 9 races today. The feature, of course, is the Los Alamitos Futurity. It's the 8th on the card. 6 go to the post. Half of the field is Baffert's trains. Litmus Test, one of the Baffert horses, is the big 4-5 favorite in the race with Juan Hernandez aboard. You have 9 races at Los Alamitos today. Their Pick 6 carryover, and it's a regular Pick 6 carryover, $8,972. That's all, $8,972 in the Pick 6 carryover at Los Al. First post time is 12:30 for their 9-race card. Delta Downs has 9 races. Their first post time at Delta Downs is set at 2:45 at Delta. And as I say, Turfway Park would have gone at 2:55, but they are canceled today. Canceled. Turfway Park Synthetic Championship Stakes races will be rescheduled. Charlestown has 9 races. It's a mandatory payoff today at Charlestown. Their Pick 6 Jackpot carryover, $76,948. They also have a regular Pick 5 carryover of $30,988. Both of these carryovers are mandatory payoffs today at Charlestown. 9 races, first post time at 4 p.m. The best tickets in those pools will chop up all the money. Remington Park also has a 4 o'clock post time. Their 9-race card will begin at 4 p.m. And then we wrap it up with Los Alamitos' second complete program on the day. That is the quarter horses tonight at 6 o'clock, featuring 1 mixed breed, 4 thoroughbreds, and 3 quarter horse races. And the final quarter horse race, a Grade 1 stakes race at 440 yards for $700,000. And in that race, the 2-1 favorite is Jericho. All right, 6 o'clock, first post at Los Al this evening for their evening card. All righty. And by the way, Los Alamitos, the daytime card, along with that pick 6 carryover, they also have a super high 5 carryover. I didn't mention that, but this is for the daytime card now of $3,581. Okay, enough said. Now let's go out to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
I'm doing fine, my man. Doing good stuff here today.
Gulfstream Park, Ralph. This is their championship meet. I mean, honestly, it's an embarrassment. The product that they're giving to the players are ridiculous. They have 2 or 3 $6,000 claiming races a day, a bunch of torpedo races. That's not supposed to be a championship meet. It's supposed to be better than that.
Well, I am sure they'll pick it up soon, but
Usually you start strong and then fizz out. Here they're starting slow and hoping to build it up, I guess, because it's really, I don't know, people are avoiding Gulfstream. If Oakland Park ever put a turf course in, they might as well close Gulfstream, but they're not putting one in. So
oh my, yeah.
that would be the end.
Yeah, it'd be pretty hard to run turf races when the ground is freezing, but you could see horses slipping on the turn, etc. There'd be new trouble marks on these horses.
Yeah.
But on any case, but Oakland Park does have a good stakes race today that ring the bell, and it'll feature Skelly, who really has a fantastic record at Oakland Park. But as you and I were talking about in his races, especially later on this year, leading up to, the Breeders' Cup, Skelly, it looks like he lost a step.
Yeah, well, he's 10 for 12 at Oakland, Ralph, with the second. So you talk about horses for courses. So today we're going to find out, is it horses for courses or is the horse tailed off and not the same horse he used to be? And the way he ran the last couple of times, Ralph, it's hard to really play him today. He just doesn't seem like the same horse, but maybe going back to Oakland will wake him up. Listen, Roll On Big Joe was cross-entered. He was entered to run at Turfway Park today as well, but they canceled. So I assume he's going to stay at Oakland. He was probably staying at Oakland the whole time. Mm-hmm. And to me, he's the horse to beat. He's the now horse. He's really in top form, and he's getting real good at the age of 5.
Okay, now, you got a Roll On Big Joe that you say is the now horse. And you got Skelly, who is a horse that has a tremendous record at Oakland Park, and he might be just a horse for course and come back with one of his best races. But what about Banishing? I know that he finished up the track in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, but he was well meant going into that race. What do you think? Just a throw out or what?
Well, you could certainly draw a line through a bad race. There's no question about it. You were pointing out the other week, Ralph, how you don't want to play horses that have run in the Breeders' Cup coming back. Usually they take time to recover from those races, but he had a complete no effort. So you could certainly draw a line through it. It's not like he's going to react off of that race. So why not? But you're talking about really the first 3 choices, and I don't see much value in the race, to tell you the truth.
Okay, and so you think the now horse is the horse that's going to be the horse that they'll have to beat?
Yes, the 6. Roll On
Big Joe. Okay, we got that right. And you do have a sheet for Oakland Park today, and let me put it this way, folks. I extracted a pick for Oakland out of him with Roll On Big Joe. So what else is new, right, Ralph? Okay, now I guess we can get to some of the other races. Gulfstream Park has, of course, the Tropical Park Oaks and the Tropical Park Derby today, and it looks like it's going to be a wide open races.
Those are certainly good betting races. I do have an opinion in the Tropical Park Derby. I was going to actually give this horse out as a selection on Race Day Las Vegas.
Well, why don't you then? Go ahead, do it.
I am. I like a 10-1 shot, Ralph, in the 11th race today. That's a 1.16 on the turf. I like the number 6 horse in here, Lay About, a 3-year-old gelding from the Patrick B. and Cone barn. And he's had a terrific year at Gulfstream. I like the rider switch to Junior Alvarado. And what's best of all, the horse is 2 for 3 at Gulfstream. and he's 10-1 on the morning line.
Ooh, yeah.
This is the right horse to be playing in here.
All right, the 11th race, the Tropical Park Derby. You like number 6, Layabout. Layabout, the 6 horse. Nice juicy 10-1 on the morning line with Junior Alvarado aboard. 11th race, Gulfstream. Official pick on the show, the 6 horse, Layabout. Okay, let's get a horse or two. Well, we got to do Aqueduct and Los Al, so let's go to Aqueduct.
Okay, let's look at the second race today. By the way, tomorrow the card will certainly be in question. They're expecting 4 inches of snow tonight, so it depends how much hits. But Naira likes to cancel when they get the opportunity to cancel. Hopefully the weather misses and they'll be able to run, but it's certainly touch and go at this point. Anyway, second race today at Aqueduct, number 2, Trust Fund. 4-year-old gelding from the Todd Pletcher barn. Kendrick Carmouche aboard to ride. 7-2 on the morning line. This is an early pick 5 single. Second race, number 2, Trust Fund.
All righty, and that does start the early pick 4 as well in the second race, number 2, Trust Fund. The 2 in the second race, easy to remember at Aqueduct, and I guess that storm that's hitting Turfway is probably heading your way as well. All right, we'll wrap it up with the Los Alamitos Thoroughbred.
Let's look at the 9th race today. I like a price horse in here, Ralph. Number 7 is Seeger Man, a 4-year-old gelding who was claimed out of his last race by trainer Jeff Mullins. Mullins had a tough day on Friday. Had a couple of horses that were live that didn't run well, but, you know, it is what it is. Edwin Maldonado reunites with this horse, and he's actually won on this horse. 12-1 on the morning line. Number 7, Seeger Man, upsets and wins today's 9th race out at Los Alamitos.
All right, that 9th race at Los Al today, number 7, Seeger Man, 12-1 on the morning line with Maldonado. So you gave us a couple of horses with some nice morning lines to them. Let's hope if we can get that cashed and start Christmas shopping. In any case, the 9th race, the 7 horse at Los Alamitos Thoroughbred is your pick. Remember, he's got 4 sheets today, folks. He's got Aqueduct, he's got Gulfstream, he's got Oaklawn, and he's got Los Alamitos. And where can they get them?
JONHARDOON.com. Thank you, Ralph.
Thanks a lot.
Stay safe
Thank you, sir. And you stay warm, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Great.
Okay, you got it. We'll be right back with Rich Eng and Bob Mazursky yet to go, and, of course, John and Jerry. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans.
Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you.
Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
Are you ready to lock in your bets and cash in on the games this weekend? Get weekly football winners from Alex White, Chris Andrews, and Vinny Malulo.
I did take the dog 3.5.
I'm going to stay with the Colts here. That's definitely going to be one of my plays.
If the Bears have turned the corner, they have to take care of business in this game.
Yes.
Tune in for behind-the-book perspectives you won't find anywhere else.
Well, if you're looking to bet the under, you're going to get a better number.
The wise guys are certainly not going to play the favorites.
I know if it hits 7, don't blink. Maybe that's what bettors are waiting for.
Every NFL matchup, every college game that matters, the spreads, the stats, and the smart money plays.
It's your way to bet against both teams.
Get your winning edge with Football Frenzy, streaming on YouTube every Friday at noon Pacific.
All right, back on race day, Las Vegas. A quick note about those 2 stakes races at Gulfstream Park. The 8th race, the Tropical Park Oaks. In the 8th race, scratch the 7 Crafty Collector and the 14 Jalila. And in the 11th race, the Tropical Park Derby, scratch the 1 Thundering and scratch the 10 Candytown and the 13 McRaven. They are out of the Derby, the Tropical Park Derby. Let's go to Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And just an editorial comment. I heard you guys talking about the lackluster Gulfstream Park Championship meet. if you remember, around 20, 30 years ago, this is when Calder would be racing,
Yeah.
and Gulfstream wouldn't start until after the first of the year. So I think they're trying to force the product down our throats. This actually should have been the Calder meet.
Yeah, well, and it looks like the Calder cards, too.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Well, look, we got the traditional Army-Navy game today. Pomp and circumstance up to you-know-what. It's going to be a great day to be a Patriot and watch all of this action. But there is a football game on the field, and how do you see it?
Well, typically the two teams play very close, regardless of the point spread. Historically, over the course of time, you're better off taking the dog, and that's where I'm going to go with Army plus the 6 over Navy. You know, both teams, all the service academies play the exact style of football, that option offense,
Yeah.
and when you defend that every day in practice, you kind of know, what to expect and how to try to stop the other team's best running attack. But this is also, in my mind, a good teaser bet because Army, if you go plus 6 on them, gets you through key numbers 7 and 10. That would make Army plus 12. So I've got some teaser action too with Army. But let's go with the Cadets over the Navy.
Okay, you got it, Army. And, of course, people out there are just kind of waiting to see if there's enough shipment out there to push this thing to 7. We'll wait and see. But nevertheless, Army plus 6. Okay, now let's get back to some horse racing. Where do we go with the pick on the horse racing today?
Well, we'll go with a Siraco play again. Yesterday, my horse ran second in that last race. Paid like $640 to play. So
yeah, if your horse if the other horse could have finished first, I would have had the Siraco play. But unfortunately, the winner was not the other pick in the Siraco play.
Race 9 at Los Al. It's an optional claimer 20 for Calbreds. I like the 8 horse, Last Call Zondlo. This horse has a lot of speed, and I think Edgar Payeras, who wins a lot of races daytime and nighttime at Los Alamitos, he's just going to gun this horse to the front and play catch me if you can. 8, Last Call Zondlo in the finale.
All right, 9th race, you like number 8, Last Call Zondlo. The 8 in the race, and of course, Jonathan likes the horse right next to him, the 7. So I got another Siraco play, the 7887 exacta box, but you like the 8. And don't forget, he has the first 8 races as well on his sheet. Get the full handicapping sheet today for Los Alamitos, Rich Yang's sheet at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. Okay, thanks a lot, Rich. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, you got it, my man. And now we're going to go out to Bob Mazursky standing by in sunny and warm Southern California. Bob, good morning.
Yeah, it's starting to get sunny now, but a little while ago it looked like London here. It was a little very foggy and overcast, but now it's starting to change, so I think we'll have a nice day.
That traditional marine layer in the morning, but that burns off, that's for sure. And you got a good competitive card again today at Los Alamitos. Boy, I got to tell you, that starting gate crew ought to get a bonus from some of those starts yesterday at Los Alamitos, loading into the gate. The races for the 2-year-olds really was a mess.
Yeah, we had big problems, in especially the 7th race. We had a long delay. Hector Barrios banged up his knee a little bit in the starting gate, and he had to be replaced by Tyler Bays on a horse that I liked, actually, and I knew she was done after that, all the antics that were happening in that race. And luckily, Hector was fine, just a little bit like soreness in his knee, but he did ride the last race, and everything's good to go. So we're glad to see that.
Oh, that's good. I was wondering what happened with Barrios. I know he was replaced. I just thought he just didn't want to ride the horse after all that craziness there. But in any case, glad to see that it was just a small bruise and he got back into action. Well, we got the Bob Baffert Los Alamitos today. Futurity.
Yes, we do. Yes, we have 3 horses for Bob in there. He's won this race 8 times in the 11 years we've had it. Litmus Test is the morning line favorite, comes off a 4th in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Wasn't beaten that far by Ted Noffey, who, of course, is undefeated and is going to be the 2-year-old champ. Mm-hmm. He also has a horse called Providence, who I think has some ability, and then Blacksmith's a maiden, but ran horribly as the favorite last time. But a lot of people think he's going to improve going long. So I think you haven't seen the best of that horse yet, because Kazushi Kimura is riding him, and of course he won the Starlet last week for Baffert on Consequent.
He won the Starlet on Baffert's horse, one of the the other Baffert horses, so to speak, in the
Exactly.
Starlet, and he might very well do it with the other Baffert horse today too. You're saying?
Yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise because, like I said, Blacksmith, I know Bob thinks he's going to be better going long, so we'll see because he did run really, really well first time out, and then last time as the favorite, he just disappointed. He was 2-5, I think, that day, and did not run well. But they think that the more distance will help him, and we'll have to see today.
Now, you said Baffert won this thing 8 times, but he's won 7 consecutive Los Al Futurities between 2014 and 2020. So he's got a good handle on what it takes to win this race with the 2-year-olds.
No, absolutely. You know, last year we had a very good horse win the race. Of course, Journalism won this last year, and of course we know what he went on to do. You know, placed in the Triple Crown races, won the Preakness, and is going to be running back next year as a 4-year-old. So we're looking forward to seeing him again. But we've had some really good winners of this race over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. Budding 3-year-old stars right here for the 2-year-olds in the Los Al Futurity, and that is the 8th race of the 9 on the card today. Mr. Mazurski, where are we going with a horse?
I'm going to go to the 4th race. I like number 5, Manaya. I think I'm pronouncing it right for Andy Mathis. I thought she ran pretty well. She's back in a hurry. She ran second over the track last week. She's stepping up a level, but I think this race is on par to the $16,000 claimer she ran in last week. There's no less than 3 or 4 speed horses in here. I think she can sit just off the pace and hopefully get the job done at a decent price. Armando Ayuso is right in the mix for leading riders. So I like number 5, Manaya, in race 4.
All right, Bob, and however we pronounce it, we're going to pronounce it a winner in the 4th race, number 5, with Ayuso aboard the 5 in the 4th race today at Los Alamitos. And, of course, the Futurity goes as the 8th race on the card. We got one more day. That's tomorrow to wrap up this short but very competitive and entertaining Los Alamitos Thoroughbred Winter Meeting, and you will be back with us tomorrow. By the way, if they want more of what you have to offer, you got plenty of places to get it, right?
Yeah, today's RacingDigest.com. I do selections for Southern California, and also in the Southern California News Group papers, I do a graded handicap, and that includes a bunch of newspapers, including the LA Daily News and the Orange County Register, but there's several others that I'll leave for people to find out themselves, but just go to Southern California News Group and you'll find them.
So we could just say Bob Mazurski is all over the place if you want to find him for handicapping at Los Alamitos Thoroughbred. Bob, it's always been a pleasure, and we'll have you back tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, Ralph. Have a good day.
All right, you got it. We're going to blow off the last commercial because we want to go right to our next guy in Southern California, and that is John Leno. Now, John, Bob tells me there was that little bit of a marine layer this morning, but you're going to clear out and have a beautiful day down there. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. It should. We're foggy down here in Carlsbad, but it'll clear off. It was a little bit like this yesterday and turned out to be a beautiful day.
Well, a lot of antics at the starting gate yesterday at Los Al, huh?
It was eventful for sure. And like Bob Mazurski said, Barrios kind of banged his knee in the gate. You could see him limping around behind the gate. That's why Tyler Bass picked up the mount, and that caused a delay. But it was good to see that he checked out okay and actually rode the last race. So he is good to go for today.
I do want to mention, I forgot to mention this with Bob Mazurski, but I do want to mention that Los Alamitos, in tonight's quarter horse card, they got the big race, the Champion of Champions, that $700,000 race at the end of the card, and it looks like it's going to be a doozy.
Terrific race. Jericho drew an outside post, which is good for him. He's not a good gate horse. You have Impressive, who's already won it twice, and Stanley Cartel in there. It's a really good rendition of the Champion of Champions. 8th and final tonight for the night card at Los Al.
Well, John, it looked like a chalk fest yesterday at Gulfstream Park. That was for sure. But when we got to your pick at Los Alamitos from 7-2, they bet your horse down 2. At least we got the winner out of that. That's for sure. But it was bet down right at the end of the race.
Yeah, we're trying to find value, but I guess power's bigger than us, or having more of an influence.
I think maybe the power of Lindo picking the horse might have something to do with it too. But in any case, we'll be happy to take those winners. And you do have 2 Lindo reports today. You got a full sheet of handicapping for Los Alamitos Thoroughbred that includes the late pick 4 and all that goody information, talking about Barrios, etc. And you have a late pick 5 Lindo report for Gulfstream Park today, hoping that there's a little bit more meat on the bones there, and that both of those full Lindo reports, the late pick 5 at Gulfstream and the full card at Los Alamitos, is available right now Those two available right now here at the South Point, free of charge, exclusively, because they love horse players here, and the Linda Report as well. So let's take a look at Gulfstream before we get to Los Alamitos. And we got two of the races in your late pick five will be the Tropical Park Oaks and the Tropical Park Derby, and they both look like they're wide open.
Yeah, on the Tropical Park Derby, the 11th on the card will be my first radio play on a much more playable pick five sequence at Gulfstream Park. In the 11th, the final number 6, Layabout, got hung wide last time in the Showing Up Stakes, made a big mid-race move and got tagged on the wire. He ran really well, and he's getting better with every start. Gets a lot better post today. Rider switched to Junior Alvarado. He ought to save a little bit of ground, and that should make the difference. If we get the 10-1 morning line, we take it. Number 6, Layabout, race 11 at Gulfstream
Well,
Park.
lo and behold, we got ourselves a good handicapping seal of approval bet here, because Jonathan Ardoon earlier, when he took a look at the Derby, also landed on number 6, Layabout. So you guys are looking at the same thing there, and at nice 10-1 odds with Junior Alvarado. We'll take it in the 11th and final race at Gulfstream. Your official play, as well as Jonathan, number 6, Layabout in the Tropical Park Derby. Now we get back to Los Alamitos Thoroughbred, and I guess the Los Alamitos futurity goes through Bob Baffert again.
It does, and that's where my radio play is going to be, the 8th race today at Los Alamitos. A lot like the Los Al Starlet last week. I think Baffert's going to win the race, but it doesn't have to be the favorite. Litmus test. I like the maiden, number 4, Blacksmith. Good first debut sprinting. On my notes, I wrote 2 turns. They test drove him last time, got him behind horses, took some kickback, let him finish. He's had 2 sprints. He's ready to stretch out. We're going to find out if he's this good today. And 5-1 on the morning line, I'm willing to try it. Number 4, Blacksmith, race number 8, the Los Al Futurity
And in
Los Alamitos.
In the same vein as Kazuchi Kimura did last week in the Starlet with Bob Baffert's other horse, you're taking Bob Baffert's other horse again in this race. Blacksmith, number 4. In the 8th race, the Los Alamitos Futurity is John Lendo's pick for the race day listeners, the 4 in the 8th. Don't forget, full sheets for Los Al in the late pick 5 at Gulfstream right now here at the South Point for John. Thanks a lot, John. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, Ralph. Good luck today.
You got it, my man. And now we go to Jerry Jackowitz standing by. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph.
You had a couple of nice winners for pop-out keys yesterday there on your sheet.
Yeah, well, pop-out keys are the main feature, I guess, on the new Power Page Plus. So
okay,
we're really happy to see that. But they've been going along very, very well.
They have, and we're ready for a couple of more picks today. Let's go to Aqueduct first.
All right, let's go to Aqueduct. We're going to go to race number 8. I put a star on the shipper Yankee Doodle for Linda Rice. At 10-1 or better, I mean, you almost have to be dumb not to play a Linda Rice horse at 10-1. Sometimes that's as far as you need to know. So,
well, and that
worked.
That worked.
1-3-5 and reverse it. She had a play the other day that was the other one that came and paid $29 or something.
Well, if you remember correctly, she broke the record yesterday with a $59 horse.
59, I see.
Yeah, and yeah, that's right. And you had a mark on that horse too. So what you're saying is, when you get Linda Rice at any juicy price, do it. And so in the 8th race, you got the 10 Yankee Doodle. That's your pick, and give me the link ups again real quick.
135.
135. Okay, so we got the 10 over 135 in the 8th race today at Aqueduct. Now we'll go to Los Alamitos.
Yeah, well, that really, anyone that's of that caliber goes off crazy. Let's go to the second. We have number 7, Wind Ribbon. It's a star horse on the Power Page. I'm hoping the horse moves forward. I like the look. This look is always a good one. I'll take the 7 over the 368, reverse 368 over the 7. We're getting a nice 5-1 here.
All right, in the second race, number 7, Wind Ribbon, the 7, and the link-ups are 3, 6, and 8, and reverse, the 7 in the second at Los Alamitos. Yes, don't forget the pop-out keys, the stars, and the Vs, worth every nickel of it. And you can get it at Jerry J's Power Pages for all of Los Al and all of Aqueduct right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. They're
By the way, I don't think Baffert has enough horses in that race.
Well, if you had to pick one of the Baffert horses, real quick, what would it be?
I'm betting against Baffert.
Oh, you're betting? Oh, so you're going to take the other 3?
Well, that would make sense, but there's one in particular that I like.
All right, so get the Power page and find out. In the meantime, we're going to wrap up this show, reminding everybody to have a great race day out there, and we'll talk to you. Be back tomorrow morning. Go ahead and say it, Jerry.
Have a great race day, everybody.